be covering lead generation for the property websites. There's a lot of different ways you can generate leads from these websites for your listings. So we're going to cover some ways to do that today, give you a lot of good tips. So first, we're just going to go to property and then properties. And the first thing we're going to talk about is the text code. The text code is a big lead generator for the system. What this does is that people can text for more information on the property, and what they get is an immediate text back with all the important property information and a link to the property website that they can click on and bring up the property website that shows all the photos, the description. They can contact you through there, and you immediately get a lead with the information of this person saying, hey, this person's interested in more information, or they're texting for more information on this particular listing, and you can then follow up with them however you would like. You'll always find the text code for your listing right here. It is just a series of random numbers that we put, or that we assign to each listing, and you can change it. If you want to change it, you just click on the text code and it'll open up the edit screen for that. You can change it to a word. You can change it to letters and numbers. You can change it to even a different series of numbers, a shorter series of numbers. As long as it's available, it will let you change it to that. Some people would do their last name 01 or their last name 02, or however you want to do it. If you do more generic, then it's easy to use those sign writers on new listings. Now, these text codes show up on the property flyers. They show up on the YouTube video. They show up on any print material you order from our shopping cart. A sign writer, like I mentioned, is a really good way to generate leads, because that goes at the house with the for sale sign, where people can actually just drive by and text for more information. If they don't want to talk to somebody right away, they can just text and get that information, and then you do get the lead for it. Other things you can order would be postcards that would have it on there, door hangers, water bottle labels, which are great for open houses, and other print material like that too would have the text code on it as well. Well, while we're on the subject of print material, we'll just talk about the flyers. The flyers, like I mentioned, do automatically show the text code on it, and you'll see right here where it says the word text code in brackets. You don't need to go in and fill out what the text code is. If you see anything in brackets like this, you'll see the prices like that and website, then that means we auto-fill that information for you, so you don't need to worry about it. So you'll see that it does show up on your flyers as well, and you can edit any of the information you want on here if you'd like. So the flyers are another way. You can just print these flyers yourself. You download them as a PDF. You can print them yourself. You can have them printed locally. You can even order those and have us print them in the shopping cart as well. Use those at open houses. Use them in flyer boxes, however you want to use those flyers, but just realize the text code is on those too. Another new-ish feature for lead generation for the property websites is the registration pop-up. We now have it automatically put on the property websites for you. Used to, you had to put it on manually, but now we put it on there automatically for you. And it pops up here, you'll see, and this is the default verbiage that's on there. I'll show you in just a second where you can go and change that. But they can fill out their information. They can even just continue with Facebook to autofill the information. This is optional by default, so they can click no thank you to get off of it if they want. But if you want to change what the information says on the pop-up, or if you want to make it required, then you can do that from edit for the listing. Just click on edit and then click on website, and you'll see pop-up controls section here. You'll see you do have it where you can make it optional or required. And you can choose whether to show it once daily or show it on the home page every time. You can change the greeting, the thank you message, which appears after they fill out their information and submit. It's like a little pop-up message. You can change what the button says, and you can even change the delay. So if you want it to show up automatically on the property website as soon as they go to it, then you would have 0. Otherwise, if you'd like for them to be able to poke around a little bit before it pops up, you can change this to 10 seconds or 30 seconds or however you want to do that. So you would do that from here. That's under edit for the listing, and that's where you can change the pop-up controls. Just another new way we have to generate leads for the listing. Social media sharing is another way to generate leads. Honestly, as many places as you can put the property website link, the virtual tour, the YouTube video, the more exposure you have. That's just the way that works. So for social media sharing, all you have to do, there's two ways. You can do it manually, which is still really easy and really quick, or you can choose to set it up to do it automatically. So manually, you would just click on share. Then you'll see you have different social media platforms here you can share to. You can even post to Craigslist. Again, another way to get it out there and generate leads. The social media platforms are literally probably 2 clicks to post to those. Craigslist is a few more clicks, but that's just the way Craigslist requires it. You can even email the listing out too. The good thing about emailing the listing, and I just thought about this, is that if you have like a database of agents or your database of clients, you know, in your email, you can click to email this listing, and you'll email it to yourself, and then you can blast it out to any of your agents you might have in your email database, or you know, anybody else in your sphere, things like that. If you want to announce an open house or now available or coming soon, again, another way to generate leads for that listing. So that's how you would manually post to social media. You can, once you click on this and you say you clicked on Facebook, it's going to pull up, we'll see if I'm logged into Facebook here. But it also will allow you to say something. So that's something that you can do if you do the manual post to Facebook. It will allow you to post a little message if you want. Now, if you want to set it up automatically to post your listings to social media, you can. You would do that from property and then options. You'll see social media posting controls. Now these, it says right here, these are options that Zapier can use with social media managers like Buffer and Hootsuite. So you'll need to have something like Buffer or Hootsuite as well. And then once you get it all set up, you only have to do the setup once. So once you get it all set up, you can, by default, the auto post is disabled, but then you can choose whether to add it to the top of the queue, the bottom of the queue, post it now, or post it at a specific time and date, like tomorrow at noon or next Friday at 7. So this is a global control. So this will be for all of your properties when they get activated. If you wanted to set it up to post automatically to different social media sites, you can do that there. Another thing you have is your MLS compliant virtual tour link. If you put that on your MLS, then obviously people can see it there. But then it also gets fed over to Zillow. Obviously the MLS compliant tour is unbranded, so none of your information shows on it. But when it gets pushed over to Zillow, it becomes a branded tour. So then it has your information on it. To find those links, you just click on this links button right here. That takes you to the important links section of the website. And you can use these to advertise your listing as well. But here is the MLS compliant virtual tour section. You'll see 3 links here. That's because different MLSs require URLs to display differently. So you can do one of 2 things. You can either call your MLS and ask which one is compliant, or you can just try all 3 and one of them will work. And then you can just post the link for the virtual tour to your MLS that way. And then just remember, it goes over to Zillow as a branded tour. Then you also have the YouTube video for your listing. Now, depending on what plan you're on with us, YouTube gets generated for your listing when it's activated, which is another good way to generate leads. And one big recommendation with the YouTube video is that we do recommend you have it post to your channel. The reason for this is that Google / YouTube have a quota on channel as to how many videos you can upload. I think the last I heard it was 50 a day. Obviously, with videos posting to our channel, that fills up extremely quickly if that quota gets hit. So we recommend you going into the YouTube section right here for the listing. You only have to do this authorization once. So you can go to any of your listings, click on the YouTube button. You're going to go right here to the YouTube channel section and click on I have my own YouTube channel. This has a few steps to walk through to authorize us to post these videos to your channel instead. It's better that way anyways. But again, that way you know it's going to get generated, you know it's going to go to your channel, and it's not going to receive an upload error because our quota has already been hit for the day. So go to that YouTube section and authorize us to post to your channel. That way the YouTube videos will get generated there. The YouTube videos have the link for the property website, and it also has the text code. So again, people can still text for more information from the YouTube video or go to the property website from there as well. So the YouTube video is another good way. One other way I wanted to mention to get some leads is the property blog. And this is a way we created an easy way for you to create a blog for a property without having to type a lot of content, without having to add photos into a blog and things like that. You're going to find this under the link section as well. Once you click on that, you're going to scroll down to the bottom right, and you're going to see what's called Post Your Blog. That is what we call a property blog. That was just the name we gave it, a nickname we gave for it. And this is where you can just quickly click on layout 1 or layout 2. And when you click on it, it's going to open it up into the blogging platform of our system. And you'll see this is what the blog will look like. It's kind of hard to see, the screen's kind of small. This is what this blog layout looks like. It's really clean and everything. And basically all we recommend is you add in a couple of other sentences about the listing. You can even add in some information about the city, which I think would be really helpful if you just put in some information about the community here. And then once that's all you have to do, because we've already created the whole blog in the format for you. And then all you have to do at that point is click on save. Once you click on save, you're going to see that it shows up here in draft mode. And then what you do at that point is you would click on publish to choose a day and time. You can go ahead and set these up and then choose to publish it in the future. You can set it to publish automatically on a specific date. One big thing with these, and this is semi-new too, if you go to options in the top right, you're going to see now we have pop-up settings for the blogs. So you can add a pop-up form to your blog where users can enter their information. You want to see what it looks like. Let's see if we can pop one up. I don't think that one's going to have one. But you can set it up. You can have it require their phone number if you want. You can change what the heading says, the greeting. Of course, you have control over what the button says. And then again, the pop-up thank you message that shows up after they filled it out and submit it. So again, you have another pop-up you can set up, and that is done if you're in your blogging section, right? You go to options in the top right, and you'll see the pop-up controls there. So you just have to turn it on. You can require the phone number if you want, but once you do that, click save. Let's go back to our screen. If we want to view the blog, there's your pop-up. So you'll see, remember you do from that options area, when you turn on the pop-up, you can edit what this says, you can edit what this says, you can make the phone number required to, and so people can fill out their information to, for you to contact them as well from here. And again, once you're ready to publish, you click on publish. You choose a day and time. If you just click publish and then just click use this date, it'll publish it right away. But you can change it to a future time, a future day if you want. But otherwise, if you just click, it'll go ahead and publish it right there, and it tells you when it published it. It's a really easy way to create another avenue for people to find the listing, and then even for you to get leads from that registration pop-up. So just to review, different ways to generate leads from the system for your properties. You have the text code for the listing that shows up on the flyers and the sign writers you can order, water bottle labels, door hangers, postcards. You can order from the shopping cart, excuse me, the registration pop-up that shows when you go to a property website. I've already been to that one, so it won't come up. But the registration pop-up, remember you can edit that information from the edit button, but it will automatically pop up on those. I mentioned the print material and the flyers that have the text code and information on it. We also have the social media sharing. The social media sharing that you can do either manually from that share button right here, or you can set it up automatically between Zapier and either something like Buffer or Hootsuite. And you can set up that automation from property and then options, and then scroll down to the bottom and you'll see social media posting controls there. Then you also have the MLS compliant virtual tour, and that is found under links for the listing. And then you'll see the MLS compliant tour. Pop that onto your MLS, and then it also feeds over to Zillow with a branded tour. The YouTube video was another thing we went through in this webinar. And remember, we recommend you post to your channel, and you can set that up from the little YouTube section here. And then you have the property blog was the last thing we went through, and that could be set up through links as well.